We have 2 weeks that's going to characterize tremendous amount of fear. Fear of death will be experienced by everyone. And not only those who are undergoing the death itself, but not only those who are related to the people who are dying, but everyone is going to be uh, affected by the fear of death. And also, the people who are dying would release an energy, and that energy is very painful. And you will all have heart sorrow, whether you have corona or not. But the fear will always be there with everyone. And how are we going to deal with it? I'm going to give you some coping mechanisms. First, to understand that the fear will be there, and then you have to do something to get over that. At least momentarily, it will come back again and then come back again, and you do the technique that I'm going to teach you. Fundamentally, it has to be processed. The fear has to be processed through your thought process. So the thought process is going to be affected by the fear. So we have to really constantly remind yourself that you have a choice to go along with the fear or counteract it. And how do you do that? Number one, you should not talk about what's going on around. You don't look at the numbers in the TV. You don't talk to your friends about the coronavirus problem. You don't do anything about what is really happening today and for the next 2 weeks. So as we go forward, day by day, when we see the numbers going up, then there will be tremendous amount of fear, energy that will be generated. And then you have to keep reminding yourself that you have a choice to go along with the fear or to counteract it. And basically what you need to do is you have to stop the thought process. Although fear is emotional, irrational, and heart-oriented, it can be handled through the mind. And that's really a very relieving thing for everyone to understand that you can manage it through some techniques I will momentarily teach you. You just close your eyes and then focus attention on the two eyes, the two eyeballs. The moment you put your attention on the two eyeballs, then you create a favorable environment to get out of the mindset, the collective mindset that you are going through are affected by the collective mindset of fear. Just put your attention on the two eyeballs. The moment you do that, then you will enter into an altered state of consciousness. And that consciousness you can use for whatever uh, purpose you want to use it for. Because it's not only for the coronavirus, but I will confine to coronavirus. Just put your attention on the two eyeballs, and then momentarily you will get into a state of at least a reduction of thought. And if you continue with that, focus on the eyeballs, you will feel a gap or experience a gap of no thought. Keep on going. Occasionally there may be some thoughts coming in, but everyone will at some point experience no thought. Observe your breathing. Breathe in through both nostrils. Fill the two lungs with the breath. Focus attention on the lungs, on the two nostrils, the two eyeballs, and the third eye, which is the pineal gland. Just in the middle of the brain, a very tiny organ with 5 millimeters, but a tremendously powerful organ that can help you to take to a different space, to a different time. As soon as you begin to do this, you will have some images coming to you. The third eye is very visual. You can see some archetypes. Archetypes are images of beings, gods and goddesses, some totem animals or wizards, your spirit guides. Instantly, you will have a realization that you are not conditioned by this body or by this mind. that you can get out to a different dimension, stay in that position. Again, put your attention on the two eyeballs. Don't move the eyeballs. Breathe in the air and send it to the lungs. Feel the lungs. Feel the eyeballs, the nostrils, the lungs. You can see that momentarily your thoughts are coming down, slow down, and you are able to experience some kind of thoughtlessness. A yogi is able to experience thoughtlessness for continued period of time. 4 hours, 5 hours, he will be in samadhi. Again, the two eyeballs, two nostrils, the lungs. Now go and focus attention on your third eye, in the middle of the brain, the pineal gland. That will further help you to move to a different dimension other than your mind consciousness. You will already see some visions of archetypes. You can fix your attention on one particular archetype or god, goddess, or a saint, or a prophet, messiah, whomsoever you are connected to emotionally, and you can put that image there. If you put on Jesus in the third eye, you see the cross. And then Jesus nailed to the cross. And the blood oozing. He did die for the sake of humanity, to get rid of the karma, collective karma of the human race. Then if you are not comfortable with Jesus, you can put the Buddha's image or some image, the image of Sri Imbraji, those of you who are following me. You can put that image or any Messiah or prophet or God or goddess. You can put that image in your third eye. The third eye has the ability to take you to a different dimension. Now, see how you are able to transport yourself to a different consciousness. Although you are very much here sitting on the same chair, prior to the practice of the technique, you were overwhelmed with sorrow, concern, fear of the virus. And one thought leads to another thought, and I am going to be like this for another year, another month. Some people say June, July. All these thoughts are depressive thoughts. You have to put an end to those thoughts and think only positive thoughts. I told you to put Jesus' image or the image of any god or goddess, or you want to put in the third eye. You can do it for 5 minutes or extended period of time and come back. Again go back. You can continue doing this for at least these 2 weeks, the crucial 2 weeks when the world is going through really a tough time, a very painful time. But now you are not in that mode. You have changed your channel. Now either you can open your eyes or keep it closed, but listen to what I am going to say. In addition to this technique, you can do something that will be very helpful to get out of the mindset that we have been subjected to because of the collective fear consciousness that fills the entire air. The entire air is occupied by this fear. So what do? You can hold on to a power object. What's a power object? A power object can be like a cross. A cross. If you hold on to a cross, you will see a tremendous amount of, courage and bravery. And then you have to really, for time being at least, put all your faith in God. In this case, in the cross and Jesus. And He will empower you. He definitely will empower you but the cross is very important. And those who are uh, following a different tradition or the Hindu tradition. Maybe there are so many images of gods like Ganesha, and I used to show the whale, the lance. Hold on to it. The symbols have tremendous amount of power. They are part of our collective unconscious, according to Carl Jung. He wrote a book called Man and His Symbols. So even the cross is not just Christian. There are pre-Christian crosses too. It originated from the swastika. Geometry has tremendous power. Any geometrical figure has tremendous power to influence your body, mind, and soul. And so what you do is you just go and get hold of a statue and hold on to the statue and make it real through your faith. He is going to help me, or she is going to help me, if it's an angel or a goddess. Because we are in a very, very difficult time period. As I said, the whole air, I can feel the tension in the air. So you will be able to counteract this. So carry this power object with you all the time. Even when you go to sleep, just put it underneath your pillow, or put it at the cross near your heart, because the heart has its own consciousness. And then it will. I have a number of power objects, and about 8 years ago, or 10, 12 years ago, when Obama was running for president, he used to carry power objects. And the Time magazine, the front page covered those objects, which he got when he was in Thailand or Indonesia, wherever he grew up. One was, I think it's the Mother Mary's statue, if I remember right. But another thing I remember very well is the statue of Hanuman. Hanuman is an archetype of great strength and power. The moment you say his name, Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, and Ramdas has a Hanuman Foundation. And there are many bhajans or songs that Krishnadas has composed and also produced in albums, which contain Krishna, Rama, Namah Shivaya, Hanuman, etc. They are all archetypal figures. So these two coping mechanisms, they're simply not coping mechanisms. They are beyond some tools that we use for our convenience, but they are ontologically true. They are part of the spiritual truth. So you'll be able to go beyond that. I want you to do me a favor. Make this video viral, because it carries a very powerful meditation and another tool to deal with these 2 weeks of intense tension and pain. I'm sure that God is with us. And I have one concern, or even a worry, that apart from the evangelists, TV evangelists, nobody talks about God. That's sad. The place of God has been replaced by our own rationality, and we always say that we are going to take care of the problem by ourselves through our science, through our technology, through our money. Our money and technology won't be able to stop death or give you happiness. Happiness will be given only by God. I want you to experience this God feeling and move from fear and depression to experience God. Once again, I want you to make it viral, and that will be, the reason why I'm asking you to do this is, if more people do this practice, will counteract the feeling of tension and fear that is filling the entire continent or the whole world. God bless.